Let's talk about something that has bankrupted more profitable construction companies than bad bids ever have: a lack of real, usable, boots on the ground cash. Because there's a dangerous lie hiding in your profit and loss statement. Just because you made a profit on paper doesn't mean you actually have cash in the bank. And when payday rolls around, when the material supplier wants their check, or when you need to make that truck payment, paper profit won't cover it. Only cash does. That's where the cash flow margin comes in. What is the cash flow margin? Cash flow margin is simply calculated as your operating cash flow divided by your revenue. It tells you how much of your revenue actually turns into spendable cash, not potential profit, not retained earnings, not coming soon AR. Let's break it down. Operating cash flow is real cash generated from running your business. No loan proceeds, not asset sales, just cash from normal day-to-day work. What is revenue? Revenue is what you build or earn. So if you brought in $1 million in revenue and your operating cash flow was $150,000, 150,000 divided by a million is 15% cash flow margin. That's solid. You're turning revenue into real money. But if you made $1 million and only had 30,000 in cash flow, that's a 3% margin. You're cutting it way too close and probably sweating every Friday. So why does it matter? Because profit is a theory. Cash is survival. So you can book a job, mark up the estimate, show a net profit on your P&L, but if your customer hasn't paid you and you've already paid the subs in the lumberyard, you're broke, just professionally. Cash flow margin tells you if your business is converting work into oxygen or just making you look successful while you run out of air. So what is a healthy cash flow margin? For contractors and trades, here's a real world target. If you got it 15% or more, that's strong. You've got good control over your payments, costs, and billing cycles. If it's 10 to 14%, that's acceptable, but needs consistent monitoring. If you're between 5 and 9%, that's thin. Any hiccup can create some cash flow chaos. But if you're below 5%, you're paper rich and bank account poor. A low cash flow margin is the reason contractors who made $200,000 last year can't cover a $2,500 parts invoice without checking 3 accounts. So let me tell you a real contractor example. Had a client, great crew, full pipeline, $2.4 million in annual revenue, and he came to me frustrated saying, "Wade, I don't get it. We're profitable, but I'm always short on cash." We ran his cash flow margin. Operating cash flow, $48,000. Revenue, $2.4 million. His ratio, 2%. He was running a multi-million-dollar machine on 2 cents per dollar in real cash. Why? Late billings, slow collection, some inventory overbuying, paying vendors early just to be a good guy. Once we tuned up the system, he invoiced faster, set accounts receivable follow-up rules, managed his inventory with job timing, and held his vendors to terms. 12 months later, his revenue was $2.5 million. Operating cash flow was $312,000. So that was a cash flow margin of 12.5%. Same jobs, same crew, but more cash and less stress. So how can you improve your cash flow margin? You can invoice promptly and accurately. You delay your billing, you delay getting paid, period. Number 2, you can follow up on receivables with discipline. You can set some reminders, get paid faster, no exceptions. Number 3, control variable spending. Over ordering just in case kills your margin. Number 4, use payment terms to your advantage. Pay on time, not early unless you get a discount. Number 5, don't let profit hide cash problems. If your P&L looks good, but you can't make payroll, something's broken. So here's the final word. Cash flow margin tells you how much of your success you can actually spend. Revenue is nice. Profit is cool. But only cash puts gas in the truck. If your business isn't converting work into real cash, you're not profitable. You're just floating and hoping you land before the engine dies. So check your margin, fix your systems, and ask yourself, am I building cash or just building stress with commas and decimals? Because you don't build a business without paper profit. You build it with cash that clears.